What's going on, people? Welcome to N.Stock. I go by the name of Mr. Marquis, and we've got on my right hand side
Nada Al-Mahri, aka Where the K-Cat.
Nana, aka Pantry.
Yo, welcome to N.Stock. This is season 1, episode 1. And we've got a lot in store for you today.
Yes.
We're going to be going through some sneaker news, letting you know about us. We've got a lot going on. What are we saying, Nad? How are we getting?
Yeah, man, we're going to go over some current drops, sneaker news, like you said. Okay. Some events that we've had in the month of March, throughout the month of March.
That's a good month.
Yep.
Yeah, in
good
Dubai,
month.
in UAE.
Not just March, Air Max month.
As well.
Yes, sir. And then we're going to introduce ourselves and talk about, where we come from and how we kind of got into the whole sneaker thing. Yeah.
Yeah, who we are.
All right.
Ooh, we've got a lot to get through.
So first of all, how are you fellas doing? Nader?
I'm all right. I've been okay. Good week. Well, it's been a good month. Not from my pockets, but it's been a good month.
Nate, you?
Boy, just like Nada said, it's been expensive, but yeah, it's been a good month. I'm kind of brought. This was kind of, for me, was the beginning of 2022 when it comes to sneakers.
Oh yeah, true.
How about you, Nana?
So yeah, man, it's been great. So basically, the thing that I think marked the month for most of the sneakerheads here in UAE is Concepts did 3 events. Yeah, not 1, not 2. 3 events. It was all related to the 3 drops that we have over here on our shelves. Everything was covered within the Air Max month. First 2 drops came out first 2 weekends of the month, and then the last one they kind of pushed it to March 26th, right?
Yeah,
the Air Max Day.
Yep.
I was fortunate enough to be present at all 3 of them. It was pretty awesome. The first 2 happened on the beach.
Yeah, well, I was at work.
Yeah, the first 2 happened on the beach, and then the third drop happened right in the store in City Walk. But just looking at like the crowd that showed up and everything that was happening, it's a unique event. I don't think that a lot of other places can do, just because of where we're positioned and the climate and everything.
Yes.
Beginning of March, a lot of people still wearing winter coats and stuff like that, and we're out on the beach, wearing t-shirts and shorts and Air Max 1s for the most part. And yeah, so you were there at the first one, right, Nader?
The first one, it was a different experience for a drop.
Yeah.
You don't get the shoe on the spot, but the whole vibe of getting everybody in. So the process was, you get there, you put your name down, and then when the registration actually happens, they give you a bracelet. If you get the bracelet, it means you have a guaranteed shoe. And that was awesome. Probably everybody that was there got a shoe. That was crazy.
And what was so good about that event, and I'm sorry you were not there.
They're just rubbing it in. Like, how does that work? And like,
we got.
But what was good about the event? It was finally something major happening after almost like 2 years of kind of complete drought and whatever.
Yeah.
We waited for last year. I got a pair of Starfish Jordan 1s, and you guys got the Jordan 4s. Yeah, but it wasn't. So we kind of saw some guys from the sneaker community that we know, but it wasn't big like this. Like this was literally like everybody that could be there was there, and I don't know. It was just a different vibe.
It is. Props to Concepts, to be honest, to pull off like the whole aesthetic of it. The van, the 60s vibe, the whole thing was just really nice.
As you notice, as I said, I wasn't there, so I'm real quiet right now.
All right, so let's jump to the third release.
No, but what? Okay, go on. Go to the third release, because I've got to ask a question.
All right, so the third release, you were there for that one.
Yep.
You were there.
Took the day off.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, what were your expectations, and then how did it play out?
Okay, so for me personally, I generally don't come into any event with any expectations.
Okay.
I kind of, because I'm at a certain age where it's like, I go in with nothing. If it's dope, it's dope. If it's not dope, then it's not dope. If I go in there with expectations and it doesn't match what I think, it's not going to be dope, and I won't accept it for what it actually is. If that makes any sense.
Makes sense.
So I kind of just went there. Thought, let's just see what's happening.
Okay.
All I want to do is make sure I get a pair. That's
First
all
thing,
it was.
that's the most important
That's the
thing.
most important thing. So remember I said in the group, I said, oh guys, I'm getting there for 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Everyone was like, are you stupid? Why are you getting there for 6 o'clock? It doesn't start until 4 o'clock. I was like, oh, okay. Because I thought it was going to be the same format. Because I think the last time you lot went and got wristbands, didn't you?
Yes.
Then you had to come back the next day.
The next day
yeah.
to collect it. Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be like that. So when that didn't happen, I was like, okay, cool. Then obviously the whole madness with Kareem.
For people that don't know, Kareem is an Uber service we have in the UAE. Just
Uber alternative.
Allegedly, it's a service.
Allegedly, yeah.
Not when you're there for what? How long was I there? An hour and 20 minutes?
Waiting for it?
Waiting for a
Yeah,
Kareem.
waiting
Then
for
I
it.
actually went out on the streets in the heat looking for a Kareem, and then it decided to accept the app, and then I got a Kareem, and then I ended up getting there late. But it was weird because you were there, what, an hour before me?
I was there, probably about
an
hour and a half.
And you were 25th in the queue,
something like that.
and I was 27th. There was literally two people between us.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's
Which
two
was
people
crazy.
between us, yeah.
Okay.
So literally got there, I was like, okay, I had to call somebody and say how many pairs were there. They ignored me. Yeah, you ignored me
okay.
again. Check the pilot, you know what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about. I told you that I called you out on the pod, and I'm calling you out again. But it's all love though. It was all sorted out.
He cool.
And yeah. So I really enjoyed the event. I really enjoyed the event. It was great to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a while.
Yes. Yes.
Even literally, what time? We was there from, what time? About 2? We ran
got
to the
there
mall quickly.
maybe a little before 3.
A little before 3?
2:45.
And you left. We left what time?
Bro,
Everything in City Walk
it
closed.
it was about 10-ish at night when we left City Walk.
I don't think it was 10ish, I think it was later.
It was even later
Well,
than that?
Concepts closed at 11, right?
No, 10.
So we were there way after Concepts closed. Because remember,
We went to the
big boss
Yes,
came
yes,
and met us when it closed.
Yes.
Yeah, because I left my bag in there, they were closing.
So yeah, the guy left his bag there. You know, he took he took some candy and left his bag around. But, yeah.
Well, you know what's important. Like, I got to maintain the sweetness, you know.
So yeah,
How did you?
I mean it's good. Listen, but I kept saying like, I kept taking photos of the whole place, even though it's not I want to say it's a medium-sized shop, but they really transformed the whole area.
Yeah.
And everybody that we haven't seen in a minute, you know, like came through, chilled, kicked it with some people. That was amazing. The vibe was good. I mean, the DJs. I mean, listen,
Brooklyn.
Shout out to everybody, the DJ.
Yeah,
and Dan Greenpeace as well.
Greenpeace as well.
Come
Yeah,
on.
bro.
And then, major shout out to Rami.
Rami, bro, of course.
Who did a portrait
bro.
of everybody.
Listen, I'm gonna put the portraits over our heads. There's gonna be a portrait kind of
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Let's do
There's
that.
gonna be one
yeah.
next to your heads as well. Or we're gonna put them over the faces. You need to send me the pictures because we're gonna get those
bro,
up.
like I even told him, like, yo, doing this for the sort of the whole event, yo, this is.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
dope. I've actually got my
respect, bro.
portrait in my box,
Respect.
and I'm gonna leave it in the box. I'll
Yeah,
kind
I'm
of because
keeping it in there, yeah.
that is
Same.
kind of like it's like a time capsule of kind of what happened on that day.
day,
Like,
yeah,
I've got
yeah,
my
yeah.
band in there.
Yeah.
I've got the picture. I've got well, obviously I've got the candies. They're on my side now.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many things I've got, even down to the bandanas. I've got one in the box and one to wear.
Well, you got the special box over there, right? We didn't mention that the third drop, the Far Out,
Had a special
that's
box.
the one that came.
Should I bring
out
it
in
on
the-
camera?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, sure, man.
Yeah, bro.
Show it to people. So yeah,
let me close down the iPad.
all right. So the special box.
Oh man, listen.
So it featured a bandana, couple stickers.
The bandana.
Do you want to hear something like quite funny like that happened on the day? So, so we had a friend. What's up, Wayne? So we had a friend that came through just to chill.
He said, "I don't want the sneakers."
Yo, he's like, I'm not here
yeah,
for the
that's
sneakers.
right.
Like, I'm just here like to see you guys and stuff. So he stayed there for a bit, and he came around. He's like, listen, this box is too dope, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, I mean, yeah, listen.
You know, you can see it ticking in his head.
Yeah, exactly. And then me and Nanad started opening the box, you know, and he's like, oh, okay, this is too good now. And then you've seen how like the all the shoes being like on the shelf. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he came and checked it out. He's like, it's a little bit dull in the colors, but you know what? Anyways, he ended up going out with the pair.
Literally, because he said, what shoe is he gonna get? Because he said, I'm not getting this shoe, I'm getting the other shoe. What was it?
Oh, he was looking for some.
Was it a Kobe or something?
No, he was looking
the
for
Puma.
Puma
Yes.
Mellows,
Yes.
Rick and Morty. That's
Yes, the Rick and Morty's. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, mellow ones.
And he said,
Yeah, yeah.
no, I'm getting the Rick and Morty's, and then all of a sudden, sorry, I need to take this off my face. I'm getting crazy. He said he's getting the Rick and Morty's, and then it was like, nah. You can see he's like, nah. He's like, I'm getting them.
Yeah, this box, bro, it's
But yeah, obviously,
amazing,
like
man.
it's in the shape of a camper van,
Yeah.
which is dope. But I love the whole concept of where you got the poncho.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you're in a festival, you've got the 2 vinyl. See if I can get them out. Oh,
Dope. Man, listen.
sorry, this is a very unorganized box. It's not my box. It's someone over there's box. I'm just saying.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
My box is over there, though.
Mr. Flash. So got the vinyl
Actually,
in
might
there.
be your box, man.
Yeah, it is his box.
Is it my box?
Yes,
I
his
think
box.
so.
Just say it.
Shut up. We've got some. We're talking about the stickers anyway. Don't worry about what they're saying. Got some stickers, and it was literally it's a dope box.
The whole
It
thing,
is.
man.
Oh yeah, it is my box as well. And then you got okay. Someone said this is meant to smell like hemp. Is this correct?
No.
No.
So what does it smell like?
Well,
Open yours.
first of all, yeah, good one. First of all, I wouldn't know what hemp smells like, but I would assume that it doesn't smell like hemp.
He said
I mean,
in front of camera, he's like, I don't know what
I don't
hemp
know.
smells.
I'm not even sure what hemp
plead the
is.
fifth.
So
I plead the fifth.
plead the fifth.
Yeah. No, I walked by one guy one time.
Bro, listen.
I met this one guy at the band camp, and
One guy at band camp. So, right. So and then obviously we need to get. Actually, have we done a what's on feet?
No, we didn't
No,
do what's on
no,
feet today.
is it that?
What? We're gonna show what we're rocking.
Yeah, what you
I
got?
go
sure.
straight instead of showing what's in the box.
He got him on feet. Straight up, bro.
All right.
Come on,
Okay.
with the guitar pick on the side as well.
I mean-
what we working with here?
Listen.
That's the third release, right?
This is the third release.
What you,
All right.
What you got?
I'm coming straight from ASICS event.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
rocking the Gelite 3s.
Okay, we
I
got-
think this is the part of a Christmas pack that came out like probably 4 or 5 years ago. So, yeah,
Dope.
fresh.
Fresh.
Nice.
Well, I got a pair of J2s.
Okay, I see
Fire Reds,
you two
you know?
guys are keeping up with Air Max month.
I mean, yeah, you know,
Gotta show love to everybody. You know?
gotta do the rotation, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear that.
Alright.
Bandana on.
But yeah.
It's kind of hot.
So,
All right, since the pilot, right? We talked about that pair right there that you got on the table. No. This one right here.
Oh, this one right here.
The
This one
Reebok
right here,
Monster,
yeah.
bro. Yeah.
Reebok Club C, amongst few collaboration.
Huge.
We talked about all the details. Comes in a special box. Insoles are mismatched. Bottom of the sole has the print amongst few, and then there's a bunch of other details on the shoe.
Solid, man. Solid.
The
pair.
window has the writing in Arabic and in English on the shoe on the side. Yeah, I mean, definitely great. I'm feeling kind of some type of way about not being able to get these.
We know, yeah. We felt the type way because I thought there will be a lot of pairs around and maybe a lot of people won't be interested in a way, but yeah.
You know what killed me though? So I didn't win the original raffle, and then I saw they're dropping in Reebok
In
store.
Reebok store, yeah.
So I made sure to wake up. I was 6th in line.
Yep.
So I was like, I'm for sure getting them. So I asked the lady at the store, I'm like, so what's the largest size that you have? And she's like, 11.5 US. So I'm like, oh, so
Oh my
why the hell
god.
did I wake up?
Kicks Pantry, size 13.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's not like we're talking about size 22. You know
No,
what I mean? Like,
but-
size 13 is
Yeah, but
not,
you know the UAE is allergic to your shoe size.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So you want to take over? Talk about, because I don't have them. Both of you have them, right?
I don't.
You don't?
I'm still looking. Holla at me.
Okay. All right.
11 US, please.
Nate.
Holla. I copped. I got up early. I got there. And what can I say? This is the dopest shoe, obviously. I had to flip the
Hey,
lace.
talk
The lace,
about
yeah.
the laces real quick.
Yeah,
So these shoes only come with the
Do they come with those laces?
No, they
Oh,
don't.
they don't.
They
Oh.
only come with the white lace and they come with grey lace.
Grey lace. Yeah?
Okay.
But obviously, the lace check baby had to get
Shameless
laced
plug,
up.
let's go.
Come on, shameless plugs all day, every day. So I had to drop the cream lace in these. If you haven't seen them, I'm gonna put some pictures up of B-roll on the N.Stock Instagram. Make sure you get us on N.Stock. That's N.Stock. Pretty much for the Instagram.
That's it.
At N.Stock.
.ae.
I'm just making sure you know. I'm just checking, checking.
Yeah,
That's N.Stock.ae. But yo, these shoes, the materials are crazy. Literally, the leather is so soft, but it's not. You know, sometimes you get that leather that's really, really soft. Look, have a touch, because I know you don't have them. You know when the leather is so soft, but it's still firm enough to keep the structure. Sometimes the leather, you know, it just gets wrinkled ridiculously.
Yeah.
So it's soft, but it's also firm.
Yeah, it's kind of like a semi-lob-on, like half.
Like a what?
You know, semi-lob. You know, it's not all the way up, and it's not all the way down.
Okay.
It's kind of right in the middle.
All right.
No, you can just check on the
Yeah,
table.
okay.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, mum, if you're watching. So
Sorry, man.
these are just dope. Like the left foot is the Arabic side. So it literally, as Nanad said, on the window, it's got amongst few written in Arabic.
Yeah.
On the back of the heel, it's got amongst Reebok, written in Arabic, embossed in Arabic. It's got a cream, unfinished tongue. I put the cream lace in there because I thought it was just a nice balance off it. The amongst few tab, I've only just realized now, this is 3M.
Okay.
I never even
Okay.
noticed that until just now, which is a nice little touch. So it's a nice little shimmer. The cream, it's a creamy kind of, it's not really cell, it's more cream.
Yeah. It's
kind of like
more
a,
cream,
yeah, it's
more
a bit
cream.
strange, but
More
I
cream.
love it. And then the toweling on the inside, bro.
Yeah.
And then let's even pull, can I pull it out?
What?
Pull it out then.
I'm just ripping it out. It's stuck down, but the insole with the magic carpet on the inside, with Reebok written in Arabic. That's Reebok, right?
Amongst you.
That's what I said. Amongst you written in Arabic. it's just a nice little touch. And what I love about this shoe, it's not your typical what people class as a UAE shoe. It's not. It represents the UAE, but it's not the red, black, and green. It's not the.
Well, you know what? It's most of like it represents the East more than just the UAE.
Yes,
So
Like
that's
the
what
Middle
it is.
East, like
It's
the
a Middle
Middle
East
East,
like
shoe.
the East, yeah.
But it's not in your face. It's not something that is too. Do you understand? Stereotypical and so on and
it's a
so
solid-
forth.
And
It's a solid
I would
shoe.
add to that, I also like the fact that they didn't go with like, okay, so they went with Reebok, but they didn't go for a model that's kind of like, this is a classic Reebok model, but I don't think that a lot of people, like, it's not Air Max 1, you know, like,
Got it.
if you know, you know. You
Yeah.
know
Yes,
how
yes.
legit the model is, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't go for something easy and kind of like, okay, so everybody's going to go for it. If they had, for example, done a collaboration with Nike, you know, and like go with Air Max 1, everybody's going to be like, oh, Air Max 1, obviously. Like, I like the fact that like
It's the Club C. Yeah.
Club C is legit, 100% legit. I mean, and like you said, it's not in your face,
I hear.
but it represents people here. I think can relate with it.
And what,
I hear.
and to jump onto the back of that comment is what I love about these as well, because it is a Middle Eastern shoe, but it also represents the UK.
Of course.
So when we came out of following America with the baggy jeans and the roll-ups and the kind of Jamaican style, and so when we started wearing straighter jeans, we used to call them straights in the UK.
Yeah.
This shoe and also Avia
Okay. Yeah.
and also the Avia high tops, all in white, and also Reebok Classics was the shoes of choice. So that's the shoe that we used to rock. So like wearing these just throws me back to like
I get you.
like mid 90s.
I get
Do you
you.
understand? So
Gotcha.
this is just a dope shoe.
Absolutely,
And
man.
I had the opportunity to get 2 pairs. But I said, you know what? I'll leave it for somebody who didn't get a pair. I regret it.
So nice.
I
So
wish
nice
I
of
got
you.
2 pairs,
So
but
nice.
I just thought, let me just not be greedy and let someone else be able to get a pair. So, but nah, for me,
guy.
this is the
Very.
sneaker trainer of the year.
Okay.
Definitely trainer of the year.
trainer.
Trainer,
Okay.
not sneaker trainer. I'm gonna keep saying trainer. I gotta keep getting back to trainer.
All right,
All right.
Mr. London.
Fair enough.
Come on, no days off. You know
No
what I
days.
mean? Come on.
All right.
To piggyback on that, we just came back from the ASICS event.
Oh yeah. That was dope. That was dope.
Oh, so since you're showing off ASICS,
What's up?
Oh, okay.
I got mine down there. You gotta keep one on deck. The
Okay.
ASICS event, yeah, we was up there.
That was dope. Very dope.
Yeah,
I
we
left
were
my
out there.
garden in the
So
car,
it's July 3 with
Wabi Sabi.
a few collaboration.
Yeah.
Wabi Sabi. They did a whole workshop. There was pottery going on, right? You can make stuff out of clay.
Yeah,
And there was like a Zen garden.
Bro, that was-
you guys did the garden.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
You can
I mean,
insert your photo.
we might.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We're gonna insert the
Insert
photo.
photo here.
Insert photo. Okay, we will do that. I mean, it was good, man. It's something different. Some where you get all the communities sitting together, doing something together. That was dope. The whole thing. The vibe was right. Shout out to the people that did the whole thing as well.
Yeah.
For ASICS.
Third Culture
That's what's called third
Agency
culture. Yes.
that
yes.
organized the event. Shout out to Goodlife Space and then shout out to ASICS Middle
Shout out to
East.
Jessica as well.
What's up, man? That's good.
Yeah, you lot killed it.
We heard some good news about ASICS, so we're hoping that 2023
It's gonna
brings
be
more ASICS.
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Stuff's happening. Things are moving.
That's right.
Hopefully, we're gonna get Pantry some kicks in size 13.
There you go.
Size
Or-
13.
or if the-
ASICS. ASICS. Holla that.
Or have to rename to No Kicks Pantry.
No, yeah, never mind. I'm gonna say something about it. All right, so let's move on to April releases. Okay, so there's a bunch of stuff coming up. Let's try to narrow it down a little bit. So I think that the right way to start this conversation is first sneakers that dropped ever since Virgil passed away.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Virgil. Nike's releasing 2 pairs of Blazers,
Lows, yeah?
Blazer lows. Yeah. How do you guys feel about these? They're dropping in white and black color. How do we feel about these?
Me?
Yeah, sure.
I feel exactly how I felt when the Air Max 2s came out. Not
Air Max
interested.
2s?
Sorry, Air Max 2s. Jordan 2s.
Jordan 2.
Jordan 2s,
2s
okay.
come out. Not interested.
Okay.
I'm just not interested. Not gonna lie though, the Jordan 2s after a while I kind of came around to them, but
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Still not your thing.
Yeah, I'm at the point in my life where I only want to buy kicks that I love,
Of course, that's how it should
not
be.
that I like.
hear
I
you.
gotta love them, or I'm gonna do something with them to customize them or something
hear
like
you,
that.
I
That's
hear
where
you.
I'm kind of at the moment. So I saw them and I'm like, nah, I'm not really feeling them. I think it's that weird kind of upside down Sakai thing at the back.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of pops off the back of the heel.
The heel that pops out.
The heel.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. I think they obviously they're going to sell out. They're going to sell
They
out.
will,
100%.
100%.
Well, yeah, I say that, but maybe not. But I think because he's passed, that's the reason they're going to sell out.
As
Not
well.
because people want the shoe, or
Yeah.
it's just because he's passed, and that's what it is. But yeah, for me, that's a pass for me.
Nader, how about you?
I can see the, like, I like crazy stuff sometimes, you know? I see the creativeness in it.
Sometimes.
You know? But yeah, it's not my thing. I don't think I can really pull myself to do it. But yeah, I mean, it could look good on somebody. It can, but it's not my thing, not my shoe.
I like low cut blazers. I like them more than the high tops, but these are just with this extra stuff on the heel. Yeah, they're too much for me. So yeah, skip for me as well.
All right.
All right, the next drop that we're going to talk about is the Nike Union Argon. How do you guys feel about this collaboration? Union, for the most part, in the past couple of years, has had nothing but hits.
Yes.
But it's mostly been Jordan 1s, Jordan 4s, right? Mm-hmm. Now they jumped on the Dunks. So how do you guys feel about these?
Me, this is the whole. What's the concept behind it? Is it something like passports or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't really read
Yeah,
into it too
I
much.
wasn't
Just
interested.
like what you said, not really that interested.
Yeah.
I don't like this kind of this kind of mesh weave they have.
The kind of the net that's going on.
Yeah.
It's a tearaway
It
though.
reminds me of kitchens in the UK. They always have this kind of metal in the glass, and you can't see through the glass because I think it's to do with something about breaking the glass. It's got this metal in there, and I don't like it.
It's a tearaway though.
So what's underneath?
The colorway. So I think one of them is it's a coat purple, so white and purple,
Okay.
and the other one is pistachio, so like sort of a green and another color as well.
Okay.
But
So why have they put the kitchen material over the good shoe?
I have no idea, bro.
You're gonna have little frayed bits off the edge, and it's just.
So let's talk about this for a second, right? How do you guys? There's 2 or 3 more dunk drops in April. How do you guys feel about all these dunks coming out? Are they overdoing it? Are you still interested in dunks? How do you feel about it?
Me personally, I don't mind a huge amount of shoes as long as they're good shoes.
Okay.
It's just okay. So like prime example, Jordan 1s. There's an immense amount of Jordan 1s that come out.
Okay.
Most of them I don't mind, but when you have ones that are just pointless, like the first class, when they give like this half-assed story, Jordan likes getting first class flights, so he made a shoe. It's like, what the hell does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. I'd rather you just say there's nothing to it. So it's just that type of thing. I feel that's when the corporations are like really pressing to make you buy something. Yeah. If it's just a colorway like the Pollens, it's black and yellow. Cool. I can get that. The marine blues, blue and black. Cool. I can get that. But don't give me this story like, oh, Jordan likes to sell and so on and so forth, and that you're gonna tell me that's what the thing is because I like those shoes. Don't ruin it for me.
I'm not gonna say.
Don't let him ruin it for me.
You ruined it.
You ruined it.
Well, what about you, Nader? How do you feel about all these dunks?
I mean, same thing, to be honest. If it's dunks that you're trying to push a story with that doesn't exist, or some colorways, I'm like, oh, why is it even there? Like, but again, if they're there, they're there. Some people can buy it. I'm not really bothered anymore, you know. Even though I like dunks, but I'm not bothered, to be honest. I'll just get if there's a colorway that I'm like, okay, this one I would like to have, and if I don't have it, if I don't get it, then it is what it is. On to the next one.
It is what it is, shorty.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. And I mean, I prefer dunks too. And we'll talk about this later when we talk about how we got into sneakers and everything. So I'm not going to dwell into it too much. But yeah, same thing. If it's a dope colorway, I like it. But it just seems like there's a lot of them. And the stories are all over the place. And you don't even know like what the story is with some of these dunks, and then they give them certain names. Sometimes to me, it just seems like they give it a name to make it more attractive, but at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, colorway is just not there. Yeah, you know. So, yeah, I feel the same way as you guys. And I prefer, out of all the retro models, like way back, like I said, we're going to talk about this a little bit more. I really have a lot of love for dunks because they were a lot more attainable. When I started collecting shoes, they were a lot more attainable than Air Force Ones. Yes. And I really loved it, like the flat bottom, the flat outsole, right?
Sorry, more attainable than Air Force Ones?
Back then. I'm talking about
different colorways of Air Force Ones.
No, so I started collecting when I was in college that's around like 2004. And at that time, Air Force Ones were peaking. Like Nelly came out with a song and they were just like, so they were kind of like, they never went on sale. Dunks were always on sale.
Very true.
And for me being in college, I could grab Dunks for like $30.
Got it.
Whereas Air Force Ones would always be around 70, 80, $90.
You were in the States though, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what, for me in the UK, didn't even really see Dunks. They weren't really Air Forces. They were like coming out with like the high, well, not the highs, the mids. We thought they were highs in the UK, but they weren't highs.
They were mids, yeah.
I found that a very hard truth when I went to New York wearing a pair of mids, and my cousins, it was technical. They were like, "What are you wearing? Get them off your feet immediately." So we had like the mids, and then you had the ones with the like, I remember the ones that I searched for ages for them. They were white with a grey sole and a grey swoosh. Prodigy had them on the cover of, I think it was H&IC.
What, mids or highs?
They were highs. No, they were mids.
Okay, but this is like sort of the OG Air Force colorway with the grey swoosh and a grey like sole, but in mids.
Yeah, but like I remember like trying to get them, and those were hard to find. I didn't find them until years later when I actually started working for Nike.
Okay.
So then I remember what we used to wear sometimes a lot was Vandals.
Yeah.
Vandals we used to rock, a lot of Vandals. I remember I had like a green and yellow, kind of like a Jamaica colorway.
Yeah.
That pair was crazy, and then, like I don't really see them anymore.
Vandals?
You see them anymore? Vandals, yeah.
No, they drop rarely, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump to the next one. Reebok question Mocha. How do you feel about these?
Nice. I do like these. I mean, I always liked Reebok's questions. I have a few, and with that in that colorway, it's an easy cop, to be honest.
Nate?
I never liked the questions.
Okay.
But I'm coming around.
Okay.
This colorway, I'm definitely interested. I definitely need to go and see what they look like on my foot, because they always look like a sneaker trainer that people who played ball would wear.
100%.
Yeah.
I didn't play ball really like that. I played ball, but I wasn't a baller.
All my guys are ballers.
Do you understand? So it never really ran true to me, but
I hear you.
I'm coming around. I'm actually interested in those and you know the Shacknosis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, those are dropping as well.
They drop.
Oh, they are?
They are.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it is, but for some reason those two seem to be like, I'm kind of liking them, and I need to see what they look like on foot.
Yeah, you have to try them. It's true. It's not for everybody.
Yeah, I these are way too chunky for me. And I always kind of, when I see people rocking them, well, you know, on the streets and whatever, I'm always like, kind of like, some people know how to wear them. Some people, they just like don't fit that well at all. Plus, I'm size 13 and these are chunky. And just on my foot, and I have skinny legs, like these wouldn't look that good. So yeah, these are a skip.
But if you wear them with like a G-Unit vest, some baggy jeans,
Cuban link chain, and
yeah.
Come on. And a do-rag.
Do-rag, definitely a do-rag.
Yeah. Do-rag with
like
the hat to the back.
A red do-rag. No, they had tilted to the side to the back.
100%,
bro.
Come on.
100%. Okay, the last shoe that we should probably cover, and this one's got me hyped probably the most out of all of them, Adidas Yeezy Turtle Dove.
Sorry, I'm just picturing you in a do-rag. You know what, guys? Hit us up in the comments. Let us know. I want to see flame emojis if you want to see Nanad on the next episode wearing a red do-rag. I want to see as many flame emojis as possible. Let's get that
I'll
done.
sublight the do-rag.
Come on, that's going to be hilarious. Sorry, I digress.
All right. The Yeezy 350s Turtle Doves. These for me, I'm gonna try to get these. My cousin has these. Tried them out, wore them. They're dope, man. Like, but I'll tell you one thing though. Mm-hmm. They remind me quite a bit of a lot of Dragon Mart Yeezys that you can see.
Yes,
yes. Yep. I never had that feeling until I started going to Dragon Mart and I started seeing all these Yeezys that popped up over there. And I'm like, okay, these look a lot like the first 350s.
So what you're saying is Dragon Mart now the benchmark for Yeezys?
All I'm saying is they're doing too much, man. They need to cancel those stands over there. I'm not gonna say that, all right? But like, you know, you'll see some wild colors of Yeezys over there.
And the Dove looks a bit like it, so in a way.
In a way, it does.
It does.
You know?
It does.
What I need to do, I think, is I need to go and take some photos of those Yeezys over there and then just post them and see how many people can actually figure out whether they're real or fake, because that would be very interesting.
Yes.
Because some of those look really real. Right?
Well, it's the ones that were the Yeezys. I remember there was a point in Dubai. I had to make a phone call to the UK because there was the 350s with the off-white writing on the inside of the shoe.
Yeah.
Oh, the 350 off-white.
And
yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think I might have a photo of those.
Bro, saw so many of them in Dubai. I had to call my boy. Big up to Freddie Fresh. I had to call my boy and say, bro, did I miss a collab? Because there's a lot of them out here. And he was like, no, they're fake. I'm like, no, but they can't be fake. I've seen so many of them, like, and it's people that like, they shouldn't be wearing fakes. I even stopped a guy and he said, oh yeah, I paid, he paid a lot of money for them. And he said that they're a limited edition custom. I said, okay, cool. That's what, you know, you're just like, you don't even, all right, cool.
All right.
Like, yeah,
Thanks.
I can't do that.
Thanks, bro.
But yeah, it's crazy. Flash, what are you saying?
I mean, listen, from that first 350s, I had the Pirate Black. I like the shoe. The Turtle Dove never hit with me.
Hold on, do you see that the little flex there? Little flex.
What flex?
For the first ones, I had the Pirate Blacks.
I mean, listen.
MBD, no big deal.
Yeah. You know, I was lucky because you know what? When they dropped at the beginning, not a lot of people were on them over here. Once the first black dropped, when it sold out, this is when people started waking up to Yeezys because even the Turtle Doves were available.
Hold on, what's the first one that came out?
Turtle Doves.
Turtle Doves.
Yes.
The Turtle Dove
Then
or
the
the
second-
Moonrock?
Turtle Dove, then
The Pirate Black and
Pirate
Moonrock.
Black, then Moonrock.
Okay.
And then after those, it was the Oxford Tan.
Yes.
Okay. No, you're right. Because I remember when the Oxford Tan came out, I was here. And I remember seeing everyone wearing them. And I remember I said the Oxford Tan is one of the 350s that I actually do like. Because I don't like 350s. I don't like them. I don't like that big bumper on the back, as I said in the pilot. But I remember, they came out and I saw everyone, and that's what kind of made me kind of like them. And then I went to my pal's house and he had the Pirate Blacks at his house. So yeah, that's why they were, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
So, what, skip for you?
No, I want them.
Oh, you want them?
I don't know what it is,
Yeah,
but I want them. My problem is Yeezy wants too much money.
Okay.
I don't know how much the 350s are because I've never really been that interested in them.
1,000 dirhams.
1,000 dirhams.
Or 900, something like that.
900 I can push to. 1,000 I'm like, it's not the money, it's kind of the principle. Like, there's so much more better shoes they're not even leather.
True.
They're elastic.
Prime net.
What are we, fucking 19th century? Like, they're
No,
not
but
even leather
like-
shoes. Like,
Bro.
what are you doing, man? You're not walking that much.
I could get, this shoe cost me, how much was it? A collab with Nice Kicks.
529?
549? Maximum 600 dirhams. The suede on this is crazy.
It is.
The leather on the sides. This is one of the most comfortable shoes I've ever had.
Okay.
And it's like half the price.
And then
I
that one's
get it.
just like elastic.
I get it.
Bro, they can make the same shoe
They're not
in
elastic, they're knit.
knitted elastic.
Prime net.
Knit is whatever it is. It's basically elastic. It's stretchy, but you can get the same kind of shoe in Dragamart.
But I mean, okay, we're getting into something a lot deeper. That's something probably that we should do for a different episode.
True.
Let's
Leave for a different episode, I mean.
We'll have to call you out, Kanye. Kanye, you come on the show. If you want Kanye on the show, hit us up.
Nah.
Send fire emojis.
Fire emojis.
I'll send the balaclava emoji.
Oh,
All right,
man.
well,
What we got next?
One more. Adidas Crazy One.
Yeah.
Shoe that used to be known as the Kobe.
Yes. Kobe ones.
Sunshine colorway. I think he wore these in 2001 All-Star game.
Check out Kicks Pantry with the basketball knowledge.
Yes.
A little bit of.
And I think they released. So he wore them in 2001, but they released in 2002.
Is that right?
I think something like
Okay.
that. I think so. I'm not sure, but
All right. So I used to have these, not in this color. I had them in all black. My parents got them for me when I was, I was 15, 16 at the time. I
In
hooped these.
2001.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
You were like 27, I know, but
No,
like,
I was. It's the year my
yeah,
daughter.
you were like
It's the year my daughter was born. I was 22.
so 27, 28, late 20s.
No, 22.
Late 20s.
What are you not hearing? 22.
Yeah, I was about 15 or 16 back then, and I had them in all black. I remember even back then, they caused a lot of controversy and
yes.
the whole design and everything. Look, I think it's cool that they're coming back. These are just not for me. I don't know what I would do with these. I definitely wouldn't hoop in these because I only play in low cut shoes, and just it's not the type of shoe that I would ever wear outside, just
I
or
hear
whatever, you know.
I hear you. Yeah, I had a pair myself. I had a pair myself in 2000, end of 2002, beginning 2003.
Okay.
One of the first shoes I actually bought. Yeah, looking at it now, I'm like, it didn't age that well. So like,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. The only reason I would buy it just for a sentimental reason, but
Yeah.
otherwise, no, it's not. It's past.
Nate.
So I would say 2001.
Yeah, 2000.
So
yeah.
basically, 2001, while you lot were wearing those shoes, I was a grown-ass man. What am I doing and walking around with a pair of Dragon Mart Ferraris on my feet? No. I didn't have them.
Disrespect.
I weren't rocking
This
them.
man.
Nah.
All right.
Nah. Am I going to get them now? Nah. Should they ever be made again? Nah. Not interested.
That's kind of
Dead shoe.
That's semi disrespectful.
Dead shoe. They're a dead shoe. They're dead.
Dad shoe or dead shoe?
Dead dad shoe.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Right there.
And
So we've got sabotage happening in the studio.
they want us to fail, man.
They don't want you to
Ops.
win.
They
What
don't
do you
want us
do?
to win.
You give them more success.
Okay, and one piece of news that came out: Jordan 2s,
Excited.
Chicago colorway.
Excited.
They're coming in vintage box, vintage shape. They're gonna come with all the stuff that the original 2s came with. Like it's gonna have a booklet. It's gonna have all this stuff. How do you guys feel about this one?
I'm excited just about the box and everything else more than the shoe.
More than
I
the shoe
think-
itself?
I mean, I like the shoe, but it's just that, you know, when we were talking about the vintage, oh, the vintage, it's not like the first Jordans we had in first mid 2000s
Okay.
with the retro card, with the boxes. Each box was different. That was dope. I'd like that to come back. So yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Nate.
I hate Jordan 2s. I don't like them. I don't like Jordan 2s.
All right.
But these are flames.
Okay.
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 These are flames.
Hey.
These are flames. I
See what
I
you
don't
did
know
there.
what it is. There's two Jordan 2s that I'm gonna try them on. There's one that I'm already saying that I need these.
You know, yeah,
And I don't like Jordan 2s, but these ones are different.
Say what
Okay.
they are. Say it with an
I
accent.
don't want to say it.
You don't want to say that?
The Chateau. Maison Chateau.
Maison Château Rouge.
Maison Chateau. Maison Chateau Rouge.
That's
Comment
the one.
t'appelles-tu?
All right.
No, but no, I'm gonna try them on because I have this thing with Flash all the time. I say to him that Jordan 2s are dead. He turned up in a Jordan 2 and I had to apologize and say, okay, they look kind of dope on you, but they're still dead. So there's a half apology.
Okay.
Now I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, I'll try them on. I'll try them on.
Okay.
I need to see what they look like in a man size. Then we can kind of see what's going on.
I mean, listen, we're talking about.
All right. Okay. All right. So I think that one of the things that we should probably cover right now is how did all of us get into sneakers?
Okay.
Let the audience know a little bit more about us, what got us intrigued into this. I mean, there's no gatekeeping here. I don't want to be like, we've all been doing this for years now and whatever.
doesn't
But we
matter.
have.
Holding it down, sneakerhead baby. Been buying kicks since I was 2. You best
All right,
believe
so
that shit.
Man's like 49, so he's been doing it for a good minute. Clan's been doing it for a minute, and I've been doing it for a minute.
I
So I think
mean,
it's only right we kind of go over
We start from there.
We start, I mean,
we
you know,
start
you got to
from
give
there.
the honors to
Okay,
the
to
the elders.
You got to give the
See how
honors
the
to
young
the-
bucks have to respect my authority.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think what's also going to be interesting is we all come from different countries. We all have different backgrounds.
Absolutely, yeah.
And each of the countries, like just the sneaker culture was completely different.
100%.
And I think it's going to be really interesting to let the audience know kind of what it is that shaped us and what triggered us to kind of look into sneakers. Yeah. So Nate, you want to
Okay,
start?
so if you don't know, let me give you a little bit of who I am. So I'm Mr. Marquis. I'm from the Caribbean. I'm half Jamaican, half St. Lucian. Grew up in England. So growing up in England was slightly different. So as I keep saying, trainers is our thing. So being Caribbean, at first I was into like raggers, Vikings, ballets, these were the kind of shoes that we would rock. Wallabies,
Clarks, yeah.
Kickers, Clarks, obviously, the desert boots ones.
Yeah.
These are the kind of things that we would go through because it was kind of like the Jamaican reggae culture, and these are the things that we would wear. And then sneakers, trainers, I would have. I remember being younger. The first kind of trainers I remember were kangaroos, where you could open up the pocket on the top and put a pound coin in there, or 20p, which is nothing here. I remember going fast forward in Champions. We used to rock like the blue suede high top ones. High Tech was really big. There was one called High Tech Freeline that had. This is when Volt colorway was really kind of, like that colorway. It was really, really big at the time, like neon. Yeah, come on, you always slip one in. So that was really, really good. Now my first kind of proper trainer was when the Hirachis came out.
Oh yeah.
So what it was is my mum bought me a pair of trainers called Top 3. These trainers would have been probably about 10 dirhams.
Okay.
I wore them to school. Kids are ruthless. They were ripping me to bits. They were making up songs. It was bad. Like I'd walk in, they were like Top 3 constantly all day, like all day. I remember I destroyed the shoes, got home. They were 10 dirhams, so my mum bought me another pair. I was like, I had a fresh pair the next day. I was like, oh, you're killing me.
Wait, you destroyed them hoping that your mom would buy you something else?
Yeah.
But she just bought the same pair.
Bruv, they were cost nothing. She didn't care. They weren't even leather. They were like, we called it pleather. It's like fake leather, like plastic leather. It was horrible. So I remember like going home one day, like, Mom, like, you're killing me out here. It's mad. And then she just got this discount card, a Sears card there's a shop in the UK. It was called Cobra Sports at the time. And we went down there and there was a limited edition pair of Hirachi. This is the first time I ever heard about a limited edition of shoe.
Okay.
These were like a nubuck suede blue Hirachi. I'm going to put the picture up here. Please don't judge me, but the picture's here right now.
The picture will appear here now.
So yeah, these ones, she got those for me. And I remember walking into school and I was, that song, I'm walking on sunshine. Bro, I glided into school. People couldn't say a word to me after that. I remember I walked in, we used to do this thing called roll-ups of our jeans.
Okay.
Rolled them up. That was my first kick. Then we went to, so basketball was big for a lot of people. That's how a lot of people got into their kicks through sports and so on and so forth.
England
in
is
the
known
UK,
for their basketball league.
exactly. So we didn't have basketball. Our shoes were mainly tennis shoes or running shoes. That's why Air Maxes were like a big shoe and so on and so forth. But how I got into Jordans was from a film called Do the Right Thing by Spike Lee.
Yeah.
Now there's a scene where I think it was Radio Raheem. No, was it Pookie? I can't remember his name.
I think it's Pookie.
Spike Lee's Pookie.
Okay.
Someone rolls over. I think Sal from the pizza shop rolls over his Jordan Cement 4s.
And he's wearing Larry Bird jersey or whatever.
Right,
Yeah.
there we go. And I remember seeing the Cement 4s thinking, whoa, these are crazy. That's why I have a pair now. Because like that was the shoe that made me fall in love with kicks.
Yeah.
And kind of there's other stories, but we'll leave that for other content for another day. But that's kind of where I kind of fell in love.
Okay.
So who's next?
All right. Nader, how about you? What's your story? You grew up in UAE, right? So
Yeah, bro. What's your story?
Get aggressive. Listen.
What's that you claiming, homie?
So, how did I get into sneakers? I think one of the biggest reasons was my dad. So my dad used to travel a lot and come back, and he's in Air Force. He's still in the Air Force. So
shout out to Dad.
Shout out to Dad.
OG, triple OG.
So he comes up, even though like he thinks he's not sneakerhead, but he comes back with trainers, like running sneakers.
See, I'm converting the guys.
You
I'm
know?
converting them. Come on.
So each time he's in something and I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, this is nice as well. I'm like, at that time into like in the 90s, like 1998 or 1997, I could fit in his shoes, So I'm like, okay, this is nice, So I step up with it, but because I'm a fool, I go play football with it on the street.
He didn't shoot you.
Well, you know what? He gets mad sometimes, but he wasn't like that sneakerhead level. So he's like, okay. So he gets me a shoe.
Got
That was cool.
Got it.
So I think one of the shoes that I remember very well that I got was an Air Max 95. And I got something else. Like memory is foggy, but the one in my memory is Le Coq Sportif. It was black, white, and purple. And I thought, this is fire. Like this is cool. I didn't see a purple shoe before that. I thought, okay, good.
Yeah, them days it was rare to find a purple shoe.
You wouldn't find a purple shoe.
couldn't find a purple shoe.
You know, it's like 2000, 2001. Anyway, so when I started making... So let me go back a little bit. I play handball. I played handball since 1995 up to 2016. So that's a lot of time of handball. But because I play handball and I play football for fun, so I'm always in sneakers the whole time.
Yeah.
So I always trying to look for some nice ones. Even though I didn't understand that was me being sneakerhead back then, it was just my thing. I'm always in certain different sneakers. And then, I think in 2002, I started making my own money.
That's where the problems start.
I'm like, okay, let's go get some stuff. I'm like, so yeah, I remember that very well. I didn't know the name of this Air Max 95 except about 4 or 5 months ago. I always knew it was black and white with some hits of yellow. And when I looked it up, it's called...
Was it yellow on the lace bits?
Slightly, yeah, I think so. It's called the Air Max 95 Juventus. Don't ask me how I found that back then. But
Wow.
So I bought that back in 2002. And then...
You were able to get them here?
Yeah, I was down in one of the shops, bro,
Okay.
sports shops. Just walked in, shoes. I'm like, oh, okay, this one. I want to get this one. And the Kobe ones, crazy one. So this is one of the first 2 sneakers I bought.
Oh, the Ferrari looking shoe.
The Ferrari looking shoe. I bought that.
Audi, well, actually,
And you know what?
Audi TT Roadster.
Yeah, I rocked
That's
that.
based on.
I remember I even had my hat to the back and shit. You know, what I mean?
With the do-rag?
Well, no, Durag came out like a year after that, but yeah.
Oh, Lord. What, hanging do-rag or the one that's tied?
No, tied Durag, you
Okay.
know, hat to the side, you know what I mean? I did it like that.
By 3 o'clock, you got a headache because the blood circulation's cut off. You got no blood.
Bro. So, and I think I just kept, you know what, just kept buying sneakers. And I think I started traveling with, say, work back then, 2004. And each time I go somewhere, I'm getting sneakers. And it was mainly Forces. Most of the time it's Forces. I got Dunk here and there, but most of them were Forces. Just colorway after colorway. You go to Paris, get one. Go to Germany, get one. And it was just that. Until one point, I think in mid-2000s, like 2007, somebody's like, you do have a lot. I'm like, do I? And I wasn't really counting on anything. But it's just that, man. And I just kept up. I love this shit. And it just runs in me in a way. So, yeah.
So, all right. And so, for me, I grew up in Serbia. And
Serbia?
what up? And, well, so I was born in 1985. What's up, man?
Helicopter.
Oh, my God. You guys don't want to know about this.
Cut this out.
Some guys out there will probably understand this, but... Nah, okay.
Helikopter. Sorry,
Yo, let's go
I
back.
apologize. I couldn't resist. Oh, so I know. You know what? I know 55% of our viewership is Serbian, so I apologize.
Oh, man.
So anyway, yeah. So early 90s is kind of tough times in the country. We were in the middle of a civil war. There was a lot of criminal activity going on, and all the tough guys wore Air Max 1s. Air Maxes. So different types of Air Maxes.
Okay.
Air Max 1s, BWs especially,
Okay.
Air Max 93s. And they were all labeled differently in Serbia. We called them Air Max 1s, Air Max 2s, Air Max 3s, and so forth, but like different kinds of Air Maxes. And to this day, like when I showed up in a pair of Air Max 1s, my dad was like, oh, you wearing Air Max? Air Max is kind of like thinking like,
You're on the roads.
yeah, he doesn't really know that it's a running shoe per se. He knows, he kind of connects it to the whole story of like, yeah, Serbian.
So when you met your dad, did you turn up like in jeans and like a shell suit, tracksuit top?
No,
tucked
I didn't
into
do
your
anything
jeans.
like that. No. But it's just funny how people in Serbia still perceive Air Max 1s. Like a lot of older people from older
Like
generation.
gangster shoes.
Yeah, kind of
Alright.
like gangster shoes, yeah. But
Black Air Forces.
for me, yeah, like you're up to no good, you know.
110s, 95s.
And
Contents, yeah.
so, but for me, the whole story starts. I turned 18 in 2003, and that's the year I first went to First time I ever went to United States. I went with. It was kind of like a national team kind of thing. We went to play in a tournament, and it happened in the middle of a summer. So it's between my junior and sophomore year of high school, and because I turned 18 a couple of months prior to that. Like it's a big thing in Serbia because that's when you're officially like a grown up. You can vote, you can drive a car then, and all this stuff, right? And so my family and friends, they gave me, like they usually give you money. So I ended up going to the United States. I had about like $1,500, which for me at the time was like $2 million. You know, it's like insane. Like
Ballin'.
exactly. And so, and this back then, I got all my info from Slam magazines, Kicks magazines. Like this was the thing for me. Like this is where I could get all my info, right? This is where like whatever was popular here, that's what I thought was popular, right?
I see.
So I saw ads for a couple of pony models, and I told you, like I really liked the Air Force Ones, but they were kind of like $100 for a shoe at the time. It was kind of like, or like 70, 80 bucks for a shoe at the time. It was kind of like, oh man, that's a lot. But these ponies were a little bit cheaper. So I was like, if I get a chance, I'm going to grab me a couple of ponies. So we ended up going to Minnesota, and I had no idea about the Marshalls, the Ross, all these like outlet
different
stores, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I end up going to Marshalls, and I get my first pair of ponies for like $19.99, like less than $20, right?
Okay.
I had to look at the price like 5 times, and I had to ask somebody like, "Are these really $20?" Because all I knew were retail prices from the magazines, right? And I was like, "These are $19.99. Like, what's going on?"
Yeah.
So I ended up getting actually both. First pair was Pony City Wings, white with the red stripe. We'll put the photo up here, and then
Like that.
White and then the second pair was Pony. I think they were called 1776 or something like that. They look kind of like running shoes. And then the third pair that I got was a pair of T-Max, Adidas T-Max 2s. And I think they were white with like silver stripes on the side. And I came back home with 3 pairs of shoes. And I was just like, senior year of high school started, and I had 3 pairs of shoes. And plus the one from the summer before, from the year before. So I had 4 pairs of shoes. So I almost had like a pair of shoes for every day. And I just felt like I was balling, like that was it, right? And then obviously, the year after that, I went to college to the United States, and then that's when I kind of really got into it. But for me, as I mentioned earlier, the thing was like I was really on a budget when I was in college. I couldn't ask my parents to send me like $100 to buy shoes, so I would try to get like the more I could buy for a certain amount was like. So that's how I got the New Balance. I think they went for like 574s. They went 2 for like, I want to say $89.99 or $79.99 or something like that. So I got a white pair and a black pair. I would get, and then I wear a size 13, so those shoes would usually go on sale. And then you could get a bunch of different shoes for like $30, $20 and stuff like that. And then remember I mentioned the Dunks. So Air Forces were really popping at the time, but Dunks kind of had similar look, kind of similar shape with the flat outsole and whatever the retro look, but they were a lot cheaper. So I could get them for like, and I still have some Dunks from like 07, 08. I have them here actually. And I remember I don't think I paid for Dunks anything over $40 at the time, which is crazy to think about nowadays. You know,
crazy.
anything that shows up.
Try and find them at that price now.
Exactly.
It's not me.
And then college is really the first school that I went to. It was sponsored my freshman year. We were sponsored by New Balance, so we wore New Balance basketball shoes. And
Check the flex.
And then the second year it was Nike, but it was a small school, so we could only get like a couple of pairs.
I see.
But then when I went,
You hear that? Only a couple pairs, you know.
only a couple of pairs.
Only a couple.
Stop playing life.
Because when I went to play Division I, the school was sponsored by Adidas, and we could get like it was just an infinite amount. Anytime your shoes would, even if it was like a slight rip, even if it was a scratch. Well, first off, you start the year off with like 4 or 5 different pairs.
Wow.
So there's 4 or 5 different models. But then over time, like if you have a small scratch or whatever it is,
Change up.
yeah, just get a new pair and that's it, man. And it was,
Mad.
but then on the side, yeah, I would obviously buy a whole bunch of stuff, and because everything became just so much more available to me.
Of course.
Once I was in the United States, you know, and then it just never stopped from that point on, you know.
I hear you.
So that's what it is, man. And it just, I don't know. It led me all the way to this point over here, sitting in a room with, you know, 2 of you guys.
You two weirdos.
You two weirdos. You know, each of you coming from a different part of the world.
Yeah.
With a different background story, and we all kind of, you know, the shoes is sneakers, the trainers.
Yeah. Shoes,
linked
sneakers,
us, you know.
trainers, crepes, boogs.
All the same.
they're
Kicks.
the point that kind of like the connection point, right, for all 3 of us.
100%. It's all for the love of the kicks, man.
100%,
100%.
man. You listen, yeah.
So
Anything else?
No, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up here because we
Yeah.
can go on all day.
I mean, we know we can go all day, but yeah.
This
This
is,
is fun, yeah.
no, definitely. So, like,
There's a lot to share. I'm saying there's a lot to share, but
See you for the next episode.
leave it for
yeah,
the next
exactly.
one.
So we want to keep you lot tuned in for the next one. So
Absolutely.
we want to say on behalf of myself, Mr. Marquis,
Nada Al-Mahri.
And aka Kicks Pantry.
we want to say peace, love, and more kicks. And we're gonna see you on the next episode.
Sir.
Peace.
All my guys are ballers. All my guys are ballers.